Hi children, good morning. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya YouTube channel. I hope all of you are doing great. Now the full-fledged revision program is going on for both senior elite and senior AIMS Super 60 students, and nearly 60 to 65% of total syllabus is completed, just 35% syllabus is due. Now children, remember, by this time to the senior elite students, nearly we have conducted 11 module tests and 3 part tests and nearly 8 pre-weekend tests. So, overall in the revision program till yesterday we have tested you around 3,340 questions, and coming week we have the part test. And the first and the foremost thing a student need to do for the part test is going through all the questions which are tested by the institution to you in the form of module test from the beginning to till that part test. So, as nearly 3,340 questions you have written in the revision program only. So, before this next Monday or the next Tuesday you have the part test. So, you need to glance through all these questions once, because all these questions are the most important questions for the NEET exam. And some in the last week you have written one test, and 1 month back you have written few tests, and 2 months back also you have written few tests. So, in order to consolidate all these questions, we conduct a part test and a unit test. So, for the part test preparation, the first thing is glancing through all the questions once. As nearly 16 exams we have conducted to the senior elite students, and 12 exams we have conducted to senior AIMS Super 60 students, every day 2 question papers before the next part test. If you can do, this is a perfect preparation. Is it clear, children? Then in the last part test also I have guided you to do the same thing, and I am thinking that you did it. So, if ever you did for the previous part test, see now if you require very less time to glance through all these questions, and that is called perfect preparation for the part test, and the perfect preparation for nearly 65% of the revision program that is already completed to you. Is it clear, children? Now, one more important thing is we have conducted nearly 15 exams to senior elite and 12 exams to senior AIMS Super 60 students. You just take average of all the marks in these tests and compare that average with the mark that is required for you to get into your targeted medical college, because already we have given you the college wise cutoff mark. So, compare this average with the college wise cutoff mark. Now, there are several cases. The first case, your average mark is on par with the mark that is required for you to get into your targeted medical college. Then fine, you should be quite happy and increase your target a little bit. First case. Now, second case, the average mark in the internal examinations is a little bit less than the mark that is required for you to get into your targeted medical college. Then think and plan to increase your average mark by preparing very seriously and removing the back, that means the mistakes which you are committing in the examinations in the upcoming exams, and increase your average by the time we reach to next part test. Then third, if ever your average is far less than the target, then in such case you need to be highly careful. In such a case, analyze your performance subject wise, in which subject you are falling, the shortage is much, and in which subject you are doing okay, and what are the reasons for you to get relatively less marks, far less marks than your targeted mark. And most of the students nowadays are committing very silly mistakes because of not reading the question properly and not reading all the options properly and not marking that OMR sheet properly. If you can correct these things, automatically you can increase 15 to 20 marks. Similarly, there are some other cases in which you might be doing calculation mistakes, something like that. So, identify your mistakes and overcome these mistakes in the upcoming examinations. Is it clear, children? Then, now in the during this part test, that means next week you have the part test and you have this week's syllabus and also 11 previous weeks syllabus, and you need to glance through all that thing whenever there is a part test, because if you plan it perfectly, this is the plan not only for your strengthening that concepts, but also it will ensure your preparation is on perfect with that grand test and also to the final test, because these are the part tests we are conducting and after few days we will be conducting grand test. Grand test means it is the total syllabus. Then when it is the total syllabus, then most of the students get a tension that how can I complete the total syllabus in 1 day or 2 days. See children, remember, it is not 1 day, 2 day, 2 years of work behind you. So, this we have given so many opportunities to you to consolidate by conducting this unit test and part test. So, already you are in touch with them. If you can glance through that easily, you can recollect everything. Not only you, every student who is taking the NEET examination will have to prepare like this only. So, your preparation is going perfect, and whenever we are conducting the part test, if you can glance through all the question papers which we have conducted in the revision program, this is very perfect, because last year from the revision program question papers questions only, nearly 160 to 165 questions came in the final examination. So, what more is required? Is it clear, children? Next, now in our Infinity Learn Meta app, last year revision program question papers, questions of all the revision program question papers we made chapter wise, and all those question papers in the form of mock tests are available to each one of you in the IL Meta app. So, whenever you feel to revise some questions, then attempt that one question paper, because every mock test will have just 30 questions. And here there are two advantages. First thing is, if you write so many mock tests, then your exam writing skills will be improved. This is the very important. And the second thing is, some students may think that writing the tests is not of much useful, unnecessarily the time waste. But children, remember, it is not a time waste, because 2 years you are preparing and you will be tested for your preparation in just 3 hours or 3 hours 20 minutes. So, exam writing skills are very important, and this is on par with your academic skills. And exam writing skills can be improved only by writing so many exams, and that opportunity we are giving in the form of mock test in IL Meta app. So, children, whenever you feel to take some test, you must feel, and I expect each one of you to take at least 1 or 2 mock tests every day. Hardly it requires some 40-45 minutes for taking both the tests. You take one botany test and physics and geology and chemistry. If you take these combinations, it does not require much time. Is it clear, children? Because exam writing skills are very important. Then second thing, if you do an assignment in 30 minutes, you can do only 10 or 15 questions. But if you write a mock test, in 30 minutes you will be completing 23 to 24 questions. So, you will be completing more number of questions. Then suppose in the mock test which you have written, some questions are right, some questions are wrong. Once you submit the test, all the solutions are available to you. Glance through the solutions and get perfection even in the questions which you made wrong. Is it clear? So, I hope that you will be participating in the mock test in the IL Meta in the coming days. Now come to this part test. Children, remember, already I told you the importance of part test. So, for the upcoming part test, glance through all the question papers which you have written in the revision program. If you can do like, if you can complete all these question papers by the time you write a part test 4 for senior elite and part test 3 for the senior aim students, this is a perfect preparation. So, children, I wish you all the very, very best for your coming part test examinations. Thank you. ఎంత టైం వచ్చింది?